Good evening, everybody. It's just after 7 on a Monday night, and it's time to go wild. Welcome to the Time to Go Wild radio show here on Halton Community Radio 92.3 FM. We are also live across the internet on ws.hcr923fm.com/listen and on TuneIn. You can contact the show, radio@widnesworld.co.uk and via Facebook and Twitter.com/TTGW radio. You can contact us by telephone 01928 835 291 and by text 07716 672 874. Start your messages with TTGW. All messages charged at your standard network rate. I hope you're ready. It's time to go wild. A very warm welcome, everyone, to the Time to Go Wild radio show here on HCR 92.3 FM. And for a change, we played last year's intro, not this year's intro. A bit like last night, where for a change, and I'm going to let you all in on a little secret.
Alt delete again.
I forgot something last night, and I was very, very worried for the entire game.
So you should have been.
Hi, Andy. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Good evening, all. And
yeah.
Thanks to Chris in Studio 1 for playing me some Emerson's and Leighton Palmer. Thank you.
Oh, well, there we go, yes. But yeah, I forgot the red hat.
Yeah.
I left it at home. Picked me
do
beanie
look
up.
You do look like a match when you're wearing that, especially with that furry thing above your mouth at the moment.
Yeah, well, it's all for a good cause, is the furry fungus. But yeah, I got to the rink last night. Got all my gear out my bag to set up, and it's like, uh-oh, where's the hat? I've left it on the peg in the hall at home. It's like, oh no! The last time I did that, it was playoff weekend. It was for the final, and I got all the way through to the rink, to the roundabout just outside the rink. I went, I better turn round and go home and get it.
Well, what about Steve Aspinall with his shoes? You'd make a nice pair, wouldn't you? All of them in red.
Yeah, but his shoes are banned from the rink.
They should be banned full stop, shouldn't they? Grown man wearing them. I don't know.
I don't know.
Steve.
He has a way of wearing them. Anyway, lively affair last night, wasn't it?
It was end-to-end stuff, really enjoyable. Probably £8 worth if anybody paid to get in.
It was. It was a thrilling game.
Great. And very clean. And I estimate it be low scoring because, as you all know, Hull and Widnes, they got some of the best defence in the league. It's only Senators who were better than Hull.
Yeah.
So, yeah, low scoring game, but wasn't it a good one?
Yeah, well, I better hit the button and go through the results. Here we go. Okay, the roundup of the weekend and last week's results. Yeah, it's going to be a big one. Starting with the Elite Ice Hockey League on Wednesday. Cardiff Devils 2, 5 Flyers... Sorry, Cardiff Devils 3, 5 Flyers 2. Coventry Blaze 2, Guildford Flames 6. On Saturday the 24th, Coventry Blaze 1, Belfast Giants 2. Dundee Stars 3, 5 Flyers 0. Glasgow Clan 0, Guildford Flames 3. Manchester Storm 4, Cardiff Devils 5 after overtime. Milton Keynes Lightning 1, Nottingham Panthers 3. And on Sunday, Sheffield Steelers 4, Manchester Storm 1. Cardiff Devils 2, Milton Keynes Lightning 3 after overtime. Guildford Flames 1, Belfast Giants 4. 5 Flyers 3, Dundee Stars 4 after a shootout. In the EIHA Women's Premier League on Saturday, Bracknell Firebees 6, Chelmsford Cobras 7. To NIHL Division 1 North Morley action for Saturday 24th. Solihull Barons 6, Whitley Warriors 5 after a shootout. Apologies for the interruption from my phone. We shall resume now. NIHL Division 1 North Morley then. Solway Sharks 3, Hull Pirates 2. Moving on to Sunday 24th of November. Whitley Warriors 4, Solway Sharks 6. Billingham Stars 3, Solihull Barons 4. Nottingham Lions 0, Sutton Sting 11. Okay, NIHL Division 2 North Laidler action from Saturday 24th. Bradford Bulldogs 15, Blackburn Hawks D2 0. Telford Tigers D2 9, Altrincham Aces 3. And for Sunday the 25th of November, Altrincham Aces 6, Bradford Bulldogs 7, Sheffield Senators 5, Telford Tigers D2 2. And the big one for us at the weekend, Widnes Wild 3, Hull Jets 1. And we'll have more in our roundup next week. But after the game, I managed to catch a couple of people for a little bit of a chat, and this is what they had to say.
I caught up with Hull Jets coach Andy Daintith after the Wild were playing the Hull Jets. Well, not quite the result you were after, was it?
No, not really. We turned up today. First period was a good period. It's end to end. Second, while we were stronger in the second, we made some silly mistakes. And third, we had some good chances. We just didn't stick them away. And then the third, it was an end-to-end game. But we didn't really get going today, to be honest. We never got off the starting blocks. But give Weiler the credit that he played well today. They're a strong side, and they'll turn teams over. We've always got a good side here, but we've got good players and we've got a good development coming through. Young players out there, so that's all we're keen as mustard with. And we'll still keep turning teams over. We're a good side, and we'll be there at the end. We'll be in the top 4 by the end. So it was good. It was good.
I mean, first period, mind you, throughout the whole game, both teams had chances. A couple of times it was a case of the puck bobbled and it just wouldn't connect with the stick. It was almost an empty goal.
Yeah, the lads were saying about the ice. They were just saying it was real soft. The puck was bobbling and it was just going all over the place. But it seems to be a lot of ice down, and it seems to be really high. You can hardly see the lines and stuff. So whether that's still needs to take some ice up, I don't know. But the lads were saying about how bouncy the puck was. But that's just different rinks, different ice style. It looked like a swimming pool in the second and third period. Thought we was going to need our flippers, but that's just the ice, just the ice.
Well, I mean, Dean Bowater pulled off some superb saves, and both goalies were doing really well. But I really did think Dean had some fantastic saves. There was one chance, and I don't know how it didn't go in. His leg just went down.
Yeah, we didn't really support him today. He's an outstanding goaltender. He comes and plays for us every game. He keeps us in games, and that's what you want out of your goaltender. He's a young lad, but he's a class player, and he's a big part of our team. The lads didn't really support him as much today, but that's the way it goes. We've played really well up to this point in the season. We're on 19 points. We have been turning teams over, be having good results. And the games that we have lost, we've lost by a couple of goals. So we've always been in games. Today we was in the game, but we never really got going. It was just one of them games, really.
Well, the series is tied one game each, both with home wins. Game 3 next Saturday over in Hull. It's bigger ice, going to be your home advantage, but it's going to be one heck of a game, I reckon. Yeah,
it'll be a good game. It's like the game when we played them, you guys before, and we won 4-2. I thought we was very commanding in that game. It was basically like a reversal for today. I didn't think Wild really turned up, and we did. And we played the better game today. The Wild were better than us today, and I'll be honest with that. But we still competed. And we competed with the players that we've got, and you can't ask for anything more. And we're playing through a lot of players with injuries and stuff like this. The league's there's a lot of games, and the games are tight, and that's all we're here for, just to keep plugging away and doing the correct things. And as I say today, we didn't do really a lot of the correct things, but that's just hockey. That's the way it goes. We just regroup and go for next week.
I mean, we're almost approaching the halfway point in the season. I mean, it's as competitive, if not more competitive, a league than last year, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. You can see Telford are starting to win games, and they went on a bit of a losing streak, but they're starting to pick it up. Bradford are still around there. Sheffield, they're starting to pick up. We had a good result against Sheffield at their place. We're still picking up wins. The Wild, they'll be one of the top sides. It's no doubt about it. But we're picking up points. For me, the team that's fallen off is Altrincham. I'm quite surprised that, but they seem to have lost a few players. But that's just hockey, I suppose. But we'll be in the top 4 by the end of the season. We'll be definitely there or thereabouts, and it'll be another successful year for us.
Well, we'll let you get on with the guys, get rested, and get ready to catch up with you next weekend.
No problem, pal. Take care, yeah.
I managed to catch our captain, Simon Ofted, after an absolute thriller 3-1 win over the Hull Jets. It was a tight affair, particularly that first period.
Yeah, I think it was a tight game, but I think I don't know, I didn't think we were ever uncomfortable. Although it was tight score-wise, I thought we dominated first period, and then we had a good second period where we took lead. I think at third we still dominated, but obviously they got a goal back, which probably makes that scoreline look a bit closer than it should have been. I think we had more chances, better possession, and I think we dominated. So I think we were pleased tonight how we've played.
I mean, it was really tight. I mean, both sides had clear-cut chances on the goal, especially in the first and second periods. A couple of almost empty net opportunities, and the puck just bounced or bobbled and wouldn't connect with sticks.
Yeah, I think you've seen games previously that we've played against Hull. They've been sort of 6-5, 7-5, whatever. I think tonight those goals didn't go in, but I don't know. Like I said before, I genuinely think we dominated that game, and I think that scoreline probably flatters Hull a little bit. But you know they've kept it tight. They're a good team. There's no fluke that they're in second or third. I'm not sure where they are, but big 2 points for us tonight. That puts a bit of breathing space between us and them. So if we can go into next week and beat them again, I think we'll be in a real good driving seat going into that Christmas break.
Yeah, it's an all-square series after 2 games. Game 3 coming up next Saturday. It's going to be a thrilling game, and we want as many people there, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you look back at when we played all last time, we really let ourselves down that game. We were 2-0 up, we were cruising, and we just took our foot off the gas. We let them back in it, and they won, and rightly so. They didn't stop, and I think in that rink we've probably got a bit of a job to do to make amends for that, because a lot of Widnes fans travelled, and like I said, we let them down then. So it'd be good to see a lot of fans there and give us a chance to make amends on what went on last time at all.
Well, yeah, big eyes don't get lost, but it's going to be a thriller either way, I reckon, and a busy weekend with a game at home against Coventry, if I'm not mistaken, on the Sunday.
Yeah, big weekend, another 4 points up for grabs. So, like I say, if we can keep on this run, I think that's nine in a row now. If we can keep that all the way through to Christmas, which is what we're planning on doing, we're not planning on taking our foot off the gas anytime soon. Like I say, if we get to the Christmas period, we've got a real chance to put a lot of pressure on league to catch us. So that's what we're planning on doing, and that's what our aim is.
Well, thanks for joining me. I'll let you get all rested and ready for the week ahead.
Yeah, cheers.
Well, there you go. Comments from both Simon and from Andy, and big insight from both of them into how the teams are playing. And it's such a competitive league, isn't it? It
is, especially the top 4. You know, we are still the last team and beat Senators, except for that one slip up they had, where they lost in the overtime.
I mean, the league table now, I mean, when you sort of try and even it up a bit, Telford are artificially low, 13 games, 17 points.
Yeah, they've got another 2 points to go on top of that, haven't they, really, to speaking, so that's 19.
So level it at 14, 15 games, and the top 4 really are sort of starting to solidify, but... I mean, when you look at where the teams have been going so far, the form book has been very much going against Bradford.
Oof, they dropped right down.
And
Altrincham. The
Altrincham Aces, they've dropped in pretty much every game. They sort
7
of
games on the trot now they've lost.
Yeah.
I noticed it on Twitter.
So, yeah, they've been in free fall, and they've dropped all the way down to 8th. And, you know, they're trying to restructure their squad a bit, and change of goaltenders with, of course, Sam Bolwell going to Hawks 2 and Phil Crosby coming in. So, you know, it does take, sometimes it can take a while to adjust to a new goaltender. Yeah. But then you look at the other end of the table where you've got the Senators took a little bit of a slow start, probably because of mainly because of their fixtures, wasn't it?
Yeah, we beat them, didn't we? We beat them twice. Obviously, the only 2 times he lost, and he lost the other week. I can't think who it was against now. I think it might have been Telford.
And then basically they've had a big spree to take them straight back up to the top of the table, well, up to second, Hull nipping at their heels, and of course YKK Widnes Wild because of the way the fixtures ran at the start of the season, got up to second, dropped to 6th, and then bounced up to the top, and have been sitting there since.
That's it. It was the saying not last week but a fortnight ago. I think that's the top 4 already solidified in.
I think Bradford are going to surprise everyone. I still think Bradford are going to come and nip at the heels. They may have not. They may have had a bit of a free fall recently, but they do have a habit of coming good. I got a funny feeling about Bradford. I really do.
I know they did when Budgie was playing for them and played against us. We sort of battered them, but we lost, didn't we?
Phil Pearson, when he gets back in the zone, it's surprising what they'll pull off. When you look at the game sheet from last night and the actual game itself, I mean, that first period was so tight. The number of chances both teams had on the goal.
Shots on target, 8 and
7. I mean, the highlights actually, I was very fortunate. In fact, one of the worst things when you're trying to edit a game for a highlight reel is when there's no goals, because you've really got to look at the footage and go, well, what am I going to include? Instead. And hopefully there's some interesting little bits of action that have been put in the first period. And the whole flow of the game, it was so tight. It was like there were a couple of chances where players were getting pucks landing on sticks for both sides, and either it was the goaltender was just getting
both
to
of them. Fantastic.
Yeah,
really were. The defence was brilliant, I thought, especially has anybody noticed on social media, Kenny Armstrong. He actually battered somebody into the box. It was absolutely fantastic. Jill Gillingham was getting a bit excited. He could be down for the most improved player of the season.
I think the celebration of the night has to go to Scott Cooper.
Yes, everybody enjoyed that. I think no more than him.
And to be honest, it's one of the cheekiest bank shot goals I have ever seen. The highlight reel, I thought it went in off the back of Dean Waters' helmet, and it does. It does. You can actually I thought I heard it crack Dean's helmet, and when you watch it on the highlights, it catches Dean on the sort of back to side quarter of his helmet as he's sliding across the goal and goes in. And thought, Dean's going to be gutted about that one.
That was saw that as well.
Yeah, it's
nice to see Michael Novak back as well again.
It was, yes.
He's a good player. He's lost half of a yard, but I'm sure that's going to come in the next couple of games.
Yeah, well, we're missing a couple of players last night, and
Danny, Mikey.
Of course, we still wish Danny Bracegirdle well. He'll be with us hopefully as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. You know, for reasons he can't unfortunately join the team properly on the ice, which is a shame. But you know, it's good seeing him there. Yep. It is always good. I mean, penalties from last night. Few and far between. It's very, very rare, listener, dear listener. For those of you who are a bit of a hockey nut out there, how often do you get a period of, I'll say, professional-esque hockey without a penalty? It was the first period, in fact, the first so many minutes, the first 6 minutes, I don't think we really had a stoppage either.
No, after 3 minutes, I think we got a stoppage. I think because I was on the clock, so I was looking at it thinking we haven't had many stops here.
No, it was, and when I was actually looking back at the video, it was just over 30 minutes from when the Wild players actually came on the ice from the start of the game, as in for the introduction, to when I hit stop as the players were leaving the ice, which means that it's really, really short. Yeah.
Well, we all got home about 8 o'clock, didn't we, last night? So.
Yeah, well, I have to lurk around a bit, and I was in and home and encoding by 8:30.
Yeah, it's unusual.
I know. So that is why the highlights went up so soon.
I think it's because, I'm not going to snitch on any of our Widnes players. He's probably not listening anyway, especially Ollie. So he probably wanted to get home and watch Celebrity Get Me Out of Here. That's where he was. Come on, lads, we've got to get out.
I'm going to give a quick shout out actually to the Widnes Wild Sandwich Club, because I was having a look at some of their pictures recently, and I know it's been a while since a few new ones went up on Instagram, but the
Sandwich Club?
Yes, the what was it? Steak and kidney pie with mushy peas and chips in a bun was epic. I thought, come on guys, we need to see some more of them, so I'm waiting for your next couple of postings. Well, point spread last night. Kenny with an assist, Lee Kemp with an assist, Stu Brittle with an assist, Mike Mauer with an assist. In fact, it was the third line, would you say, that got the breakthrough? And it was, 24 minutes without a goal.
Yeah. It's remarkable, really.
It was. I was actually wondering who was actually going to get the first goal because both teams were shooting.
Like for me, it was definitely going to be Jakob. Jakob.
Jakob,
He didn't do it.
Well, the one that went in as an absolute screamer, I'm pretty sure Dean Bowater didn't see it.
No.
Because
he probably felt it go past him.
I saw it leave the stick, and I saw the back of the net lift, and that was about all I saw of it. And I don't think I can even see it on the camera. It's that fast. Yeah. It just flies, and Stu Brittle positioning. Just manages to hold himself on the ice with his skate on the blue line and just waits, and Jakob comes over the blue line, and then just the pair of them go for it. And before I think Stu's took a couple of strides, you've got Jakob already in full backswing, and then wallop, and it's like it was like
a couple of occasions
ballistic missile.
Yeah, I thought TJ was going to have a couple of other belters as well. He was lined up on the edge of the blue line, waiting for him to come out, and.
Well, there are games like that where, in some ways, not a lot happens, but actually an awful lot happens. It's a very different kind of game. I mean, there was in total penalty minutes for last night's game for the two teams. It was a total of 10 penalty minutes to the Wild, but actually only 6 captions because it was a 2 minute, a 2 minute, and then a 2+2. 3 2-minute penalties and a 2+2, and then for the Jets, it was 2 penalty captions of 2, each one of 2 minutes. Yeah. It's like 6 captions. I've had it where I've had nearly 30 captions.
Yeah, Jill Gillingham was very pleased.
Yes. Yes, you do get games where there's 1 or 2 goals, but very few goals and a tight game, and the way it was, and Hull digging in those final couple of minutes, even pulling Bowater to try and get
40 seconds he was off for,
to get that extra bit of a breakthrough to maybe try and take it, even when they were at 3-1, to try and get that extra goal just to push and push. I have seen it, and I'll say this now, I have seen it done in the final 3 or 4 minutes of a game where a goaltender's been pulled twice and the team equalised.
Well, the nearest I've seen a goal scored, should we say, it was 4.9 seconds left on the clock. It
was the other week, wasn't it?
No, this is going back in the first season when Nicky Jackson was in goal. And it had a face-off down at the attacking end of Widnes, and one of the opponents got it. Shot at goal. She saved it, but it was 0.3 of a second left. So when it hit the glove and she stopped it, and the referee blew the whistle, it was 0.3. So it's 4.6 seconds to get down the ice.
Yeah.
So, if you pull your goalie off,
you
can get it within 5 seconds, 10 seconds of goal.
I've seen it, as you say, from that. Mind you, I've seen them from the face-off, where they're in the attacking zone, where it's literally come out, guy at the point, and it's one time straight in, and it's absolutely gone belting. Well, we've been talking about breakthroughs, and I think we'll have a little break for a song, and I think quite an aptly one from Queen.
Oh,
with a bit of.
It's very popular at the moment, aren't they?
Yes. Well, I did an entire Queen show on Thursday night, but yes.
Did she enjoy it?
She did.
She did.
Anyway, bit of Queen and breakthrough. Oh, we're going to do the What Song Guide, but we'll do a bit of news. First little item of news, a big congratulations to Dave Clancy. He's been appointed as GB goalie coach for our GB women's team. So a big shout out and congratulations to him. It's a big honour for him. So yes, we wish him all the well. He's got a decent background behind him in his playing career. Good head on his shoulders. So that's the big one for him. We also have a big one coming up on December the 2nd, do we not? Down.
Yes, we do. We certainly do. Widnes Vans versus Coventry Blaze. That's at 5:30. I'll be there in the stands. Good old Stacey who was on here last week. She's doing it for me in the box.
I was thinking actually on Sunday afternoon up in Victoria Park.
Oh, Victoria Park, the Santa Run.
We have the Santa Dash, yes.
Yes. Andrew Witchley and Kenny are doing that again for Holland Haven.
Yes, Pucker will be there as well. Our very own Pucker the Penguin. There may be a few other people there, so if you fancy showing a bit of extra support, pop up to Victoria Park and show your support from 11 o'clock on Sunday. And of course we have a game later on in the day. And another thing coming up for this coming Sunday is
Air a Bear, or Toss the Teddy, or Chuck a Cuddly Toy.
Yes, so if you're out and about this
that.
weekend or you've been preparing in advance, get your teddy bears ready, but make sure they have a carrier bag or a bag around them. We don't want them to get wet when they hit the ice,
No,
please.
and also they've got to be new as well, apparently. They can't be used, obviously. That's to do with health and safety more than anything. I think it's a bit stupid, but rules are rules. So
yes, they do, preferably new teddies,
ones,
so yes.
If you've never seen Air a Bear, or Chuck a Teddy, or whatever different people call it, if you go onto YouTube and type in Air a Bear world record, and it's something like 28,000 get thrown on, and they have trucks coming on to pick them up.
Was that in the National
Canada.
Hockey League?
Yes.
And I think with some places the ice basically was just covered in
It was,
teddy
the
bears.
players were diving on them.
So, yes, of course, we'd like to see as many of you for that. So, I'll now hit the correct one. Press the right button and get the right piece of music up. Of course, it's your usual reminder for fixtures and what's on guide information. Don't forget to check out widneswild.co.uk for all your Widnes Wild information, and our Facebook and Twitter pages for the Wild. If you're YKK Widnes Wild, it's Twitter or Facebook.com/WidnesWild. There's also Instagram /Widnes Wild Official. That's Widnes Wild Official if you're using Instagram.com. You can also put for Facebook and Twitter.com TTGW Radio for the radio pages. If you want to drop us emails for the show, it's radio@widneswild.co.uk. Also, if you want to drop us a text during the show, I should have given this out at the top of the hour, of course, it's 60066. Start your message with HCR to come on the computer screen, or you can text direct 07716 672 874. Of course, we have all your usual bits and bobs on the Wild's website. The community programs, Learn to Play information, Junior Academy, sponsor information, and anything extra. And if you're unsure, you can always pop into Planet Ice Widnes and ask at reception. What else is coming up, Andy?
Okay, on Saturday 1st December, it's Hull Jets at home to the Widnes Wild, YKK Widnes Wild. The Hull Jets will be looking for a revenge, obviously, and the Wild will be looking to get into double figures of unbeaten and a trot. So that'll be a very interesting one. We'll give you the coach details a bit later on. On Sunday, 2nd December, Nottingham under-13s are at home to Widnes under-13s. Face-off for that is 17:40, so 20-6 for that one. Then we have the Widnes Wild at home to Coventry Blaze. That should be a cracker as well. Face-off at 5:30 as usual. Now, Saturday, the 8th of December, Widnes under-15s are at home to Blackburn under-15s. So that should be a good one to watch because there's nothing else on that Saturday. So you might see some of our future players or future hockey players over in the league actually playing there. And that should be a cracker of doing well for themselves. Sunday, the 9th of December, we have Widnes Wild Women against the Whitley Squaws. That's at 17:30, so that's 5:30 at Planet Ice Widnes. Then Sunday later on, it's Altrincham Aces versus the YKK Widnes Wild. That's a 5:45 face-off. That's at Altrincham. Saturday the 15th, we've got Nottingham under-15s playing against Widnes under-15s. Again, that's in Nottingham, and that's 20-6. The Bradford Bulldogs will be at home to the Widnes Wild. Face-off is at 4:45 on that one. I'm definitely going to that one. That's the first time I've ever been to that rink. Then on Sunday, we've got the Blackburn under-13s at home to Widnes under-13s, and that's a 6:15 face-off. And later on that day, it's Widnes Wild at home to Bradford Bulldogs. That's a 5:30 one. Now, there's two ones I missed out on purpose. I'm going to come back to these now. There is a Widnes are playing in a cross ice competition. It will be held at D-side, and that's at 4:45 face-off. So there's quite a few teams there. So if you want to go and be a spy and have a look at the up-and-coming younger players, you're quite welcome to. And also on Sunday the 23rd of December, it's the same thing. It's a Widnes under 9s playing in a cross ice competition, and that's in Altrincham, so it's only down the road. And it'd be good to get your kids ready for Christmas Eve for that one. And that's at 4:20 face off. We don't know who's playing who yet and what times who's facing off, but that's when the whole competition starts. So thank you for listening to that.
And we also have the bus for Hull.
Yes.
If you're interested, contact the Widnes Wild. It's Twitter or Facebook.com/Widnes Wild Ones for the Widnes Wild fans pages to book your seat. The tickets are £6 for non-season pass holders, £5 for season pass holders, £1 for an accompanied child, and accompanying child, I should say. The coach is leaving at 1:15 on Saturday to take you over to Hull. And to be honest, it's a cracking day out. Come along, let's be loud, let's be proud, and it's game 3 of the series. We want to make as much noise as possible, and it's always a good trip over to Hull, I must admit. It's my home from home, and I will be there, all being well armed and dangerous with the camcorder, but that's no excuses. If you think, actually, I could do a road game, it's not a bad little offer that to come on the bus, is it, Andy?
No, it's great.
I mean,
it's
£5 or £6, it's cheap, it really is. I've done the run many times.
Yeah, and it's not a long one either. What I mean is it's straight along the motorway. So it's one end to one end. So if you're going to places like Coventry or Telford, it can be a bit messy and a bit bumpy, but onto Hull. And a quick stop off for a coffee and a drink.
I could say, when you say a bit bumpy, actually, we didn't notice the rumble strip at the end of the M62 as you join the A63. There's
that's a stop you're going into the North Sea.
Well, sort of. It's actually, I think they've set it like that to remind you that you're coming to the end of the motorway and you need to wake up for the A63. I've come over it some days on my way home, gone, oh, it really does rattle your teeth, but it didn't last time we were going over there, so I'm wondering if they've evened it out, or the coach had a really nice suspension on it. But so yeah, as many of you as possible, please come along, and it'll be a fun one. It'll be a cracking game, I know, because it's so tight between Widnes and Hull. It's going to be an absolute thrilling game. And in a manner of speaking, in honour of Hull, because their motto is "Time to Fly," I think we're going to have a little bit of a bit of Kenny Loggins and Danger Zone. And it's quiz time. Yes. Hashtag Team Stripies, courtesy of IHA.co.uk. Have another set of questions to check out your knowledge of the rules. But first, we recap on the previous set. So here we go. Previous week, we had... Well, the previous set was a linesman has made an incorrect icing call. Where should the face-off be taken, Andy?
Yeah, at centre ice, Rule 66, Part 8... says if the on-ice officials have erred in calling an icing, the ensuing face-off will take place at the centre ice face spot. I guess everybody got that right, though.
Yeah.
That's quite neat.
Question 2. The puck is shot down the ice and a potential icing is going to be called, but the puck deflects off an on-ice official and then continues over the goal line. Is it icing? Our survey says...
Yes. Which we thought it would be again. Rule 66, Part 6. If the puck hits an on-ice official on its way down to the ice, the icing will still be in effect. If by virtue of hitting an on-ice official, the puck slows down and does not cross the icing line, the icing will be nullified.
Yeah. It's basically, they're classified as a barrier, basically, of some description.
Yeah. No, slow water on there.
And question 3 was, a player has one skate in the neutral zone and one skate on the blue line. At the instant the puck completely crosses the blue line, going into the end zone, is it offside? And our survey says...
Nope.
Yeah.
And everybody got that 100%. You should imagine Rule 78, Part 7, Part 8. To be onside, a skater must have one skate inside the blue line as long as one is on the outside the blue line touching the ice. That's quite... Yep. Controversial, because sometimes you do lift the back foot up to skate in and it can be called offside.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Right. Now, question 1. A goaltender is assessed 2 plus 10. How many players sit the goaltender's penalty?
Oh, well, if it's the opponents of Widnes, all of them.
Come on, how many do you think?
I don't know. 2, I should imagine.
I think it's 2 because someone's got to, unless there's a coincidental going on, someone's got to sit the minor, and then someone's got to sit a 10.
Yeah.
So that's my call on that one anyway. Okay, question 2: is icing called if a goaltender is out of his crease when the other team ice the puck, and when he realizes it's icing, he skates back towards his goal crease?
I'd say yes. Well, why are they asking that if the answer is so simple?
Well, it depends. Is he in front of the crease? Is he out of his crease in front of the goal line, or out of his crease behind the goal line? Interesting.
So he skates back towards his goal.
Back towards the crease. I'm gonna go with not icing.
Yeah.
Because he can then, because he's moved out of his crease, he can play the puck. He's classed as an out skater.
Yeah.
I think it can, because of this new hybrid icing, I think it might be classed as no icing, that.
I think so, because otherwise you wouldn't have needed to ask the question. It's a bit dubious of that.
Okay, question 3. A goaltender is assessed a minor penalty for slashing, and at the same stoppage receives a second minor penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. How many players are in the box to serve the goaltender's penalty?
Oh,
Our survey says...
I'd say 2 again.
I'm going for 1.
But it's a different incident.
But it's they go one after the other, so it's like someone getting 2 minutes for slashing and 2 minutes for roughing on the ice and outskater. So one player sits the penalty unless there's a coincidental opposite it.
But one's a minor, isn't it?
They're both minors.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
They're only getting 2 minutes for slashing plus 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. So I think it's one player to sit it, and they sit for 4 minutes. But they're two.
Yeah, could be right.
2 2-minute minors, one to run after the other. So
well, it's an interesting call last night. I didn't know. Excuse me. Jill was saying that the goaltender can't cross a blue line unless he gets permission. You know, he got injured. He didn't ask for permission.
Yeah, they can't.
Get it off.
They can't cross the blue line. Yeah, it's that there are some rules about how far the goaltender can skate outside of the end zone. Yeah.
Well, Jill Gillingham telling me that.
Ah, yes. Well, and we have another interesting call. So anyway, any answers for that? Drop them through to us via email, radio@widnesworld.co.uk. And why am I playing the theme from The Good, the Bad and the Ugly? Because ugly is what comes to mind. And you were doing a couple of stats, weren't you, while the last record was on?
Yes, just crunching a couple of figures. And the last 2 games Oregon played, they've had so many penalty minutes against them. They've got more than Hull out all season. So they had 58 minutes against them against Coventry on the 18th, and last night they had 87 minutes against them. So that's a total of 145 minutes in 2 games. Hull have only had 136 in 15, is it, or 13 games, whatever. So, still not many compared to that.
Yeah, it's almost diametric opposites of the spectrum, isn't it? In terms of penalty minutes, and it comes up basically because I was inquisitive about a penalty that was received by Altrincham Aces Jakub Pavlicek, and he got rather a lot of penalty minutes.
He did.
2 plus 10 for checking from
more
behind,
than the game.
plus a game misconduct for abuse, plus match for int-s. And I was intrigued. What is int-s? I thought it was some kind of instigating penalty, but apparently it's not. And a bit of research has turned up. It is interference or interfering with the supporter. So it sounds like there was some kind of clash with a supporter. So,
yeah, but he was supposed to be in the box, wasn't he? If you look at the figures, it's not sort of in the when they're coming off the ice.
Well, he'd been thrown.
Period.
He's been thrown out the game anyway. He's got a game misconduct, so he'd be leaving the ice. So something's happened. So yes. So, but ladies and gentlemen, if any time you're at a match and a player is leaving the ice, please do not get in their way. Just keep out. Just give them plenty of room. There can be all kinds of reasons why. Hockey is one of those high tempo games. Adrenaline. That's why fighting of a certain degree is allowed on the ice, because it is such a high tempo game. But don't get in their faces. It's not worth it.
You wouldn't want to mix with them anyway, because they have got rather a lot of padding on.
And there's an odour.
And a big stick.
But there is also a very, very unique odour around hockey players. I must admit. But now, so some very interesting penalty minutes are cropping up there. So. You look through the league this year, and Altrincham at 583 penalty minutes, where you've got the Hull Jets and the Senators at under 200 minutes each. Yeah. It's quite a diametric opposite of penalty minutes, really. But
that'll be a clash, won't it? It'll be Hull versus Altrincham. So nobody will go in the box, and on the other side, all the team will be in.
Well, I've seen it where we've had it getting rather cramped in the box. We've had 5 players for each side. Yeah. We had a confirmation message through actually from Matt Lloyd saying it was actually one of our own YKK Widnes Wild players has actually scored twice. I think it must be in the same game. I'll have to check. I could check the stat. When we pulled the goaltender, we pulled the tender twice and we scored, and it was Pavel Valles.
That was it, wasn't it? That was that fantastic game where he got the equaliser and then the winner, wasn't it? In the
dying moments.
That was it. 6-6. It was 6-5. We got 6-6, and then Pavel scored in 26 seconds in.
We miss you, Pav, wherever you are. We miss you. We do. I must admit, looking at the way the squad were playing last night, Danny Fay defensively again. Very well deserved man of the match for the Widnes Wild.
Yes.
But it was too tight to call. There were so many good performances, I think, across the whole squad. Mm-hmm. And again, for the Hull Jets, a very, very good performance. I mean, depending upon your perspective, Andy Dainty says, they didn't quite turn up in the same way, but I thought there was a very solid performance from both teams. Lots of good passing, plenty of movement.
It was end-to-end stuff, and it was fast. I think it was the fastest game I've actually seen. There's been better, more nervy, more exciting games, but that one was definitely fast.
Yeah.
Even Kenny, batters somebody to say into the box, and he's coming on well, that lad.
He is. He's such a young boy. Where are we? Oh, yes. Quickly, though, I'm going to throw this in. Change from our normal programming. We are not having a Mike Miles Monday mantra, but we're going to have a little bit of Sinbin banter.
Yes, last night Michael Novak got a penalty, so we were sitting in the home box, and the new fella for the Hull, Boris Giba, he was sitting at the same time. And I don't know if you know, but they're both Czechs. So they ended up talking in Czechoslovakian behind us, and I thought it was Welsh. I thought we were back at D-side, and there's foreign language going on. But yes, they were on a good old chat together, very amiable, and nothing on about it, so quite good.
And no jelly babies passed across the back of the bench this time?
No, because I actually bought some for the home team and the away team this time. And apparently Annie Wycherley bought some for the home team as well. So don't go in the box, anyone will be going in there for the sugar rush.
Join us again on another Time to Go Wild Radio for more Sinbin banter. It's funny the kind of things that you pick up during a hockey match, and some of the antics. You can think sometimes players are having a right ding dong in the Sinbin, but actually they're just having a chat.
Yeah. There was a high five one, wasn't there, when they had Andy Turner, I think it was, ripped the shirt off someone's back, and then he high-fived behind Jill.
I've seen it where two players have had a good old scrap, and at the end of it, they've looked across each other the bench in the bins, and they're like thumbs up, and respect, and it's like, and then afterwards, they will like share a beer, or they just come in for the jelly babies, and other sugary comestibles are available, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
But
they were actually not Pudsey Bear, also met jelly babies.
Right.
Pudsey Bears.
But well, my Movember is coming to an end, and the Epic will be getting removed on Friday. But if you do know anyone taking part in Movember, please spare a few pennies. It is for a very good cause, and I'll be putting some pictures on the Time to Go Wild Facebook and Twitter pages, showing just how big the Epic is. Apparently, it was spotted from the other side of the rink last night.
Was it? Who by?
Toria.
Was it?
She said, I could see that from the other, because I'm stood up filming. She said, I wondered what that was on your top lip, and said, yeah, it is. It's the only definition I can do of it is say it's epic. And there's a couple of people I was chatting to down one of the corners there. I think it was end of the second period, and seeing how thick the tash is now. And it's the offspring of General Melchett and Ned Flanders. And they went, oh my God, it is. And I went, Heidely ho, neighbour. And he just cracked up, It was hilarious.
Victoria would have been happy with that Queen song. If it wasn't Adam Lambert, it was Queen. She's a Queen fan. But I think it all looks like my grandmother's was.
Well, almost out of time for another week, but it's going to be an exciting weekend, of course. Home against Coventry and IHL Blaze on Sunday. But in a way, the I'll call it more crunch game is against the Hull Jets in Hull. Series all level at one game apiece. And, it's going to be a big weekend for both teams, for all supporters.
But as he said in the chats after the match, 4-pointer, we can do it for Christmas.
Yeah, it's a big run, a couple of big games, and we want to see as many of you there as you can make it. And we know it is coming into December. It is coming up to Christmas.
Yeah,
but
I've got a Christmas party on Saturday, so I can't go.
I've got one on. Where are we? Not this Friday. Next Friday. One the Friday after. it's worth Christmas dues, but just wherever you are this coming weekend, you've got your hockey. Go and enjoy it. Be loud, be proud for your teams. That's what matters in the end. Enjoy it, go and have fun, and show those guys who are coming out there on the ice that people care, and that
bring your teddy.
And of course, on Sunday, don't forget your teddies for the Bear. Well, that's about it for another week. I will be back on Thursday with musical mayhem, and a very diverse musical mayhem from Cole's Box of Delights. And back, of course, on Monday with a roundup of weekend's action.
You're going to be playing diversity?
Not quite. Oh. Just a diverse selection. Of course, with more Time to Go Wild radio. And I think I've got some interesting guests coming in for next week.
But next Monday or next Thursday?
Next Monday. In the meantime, it is time to sign off. We're going to play a little bit of Kiss and Crazy Crazy Nights, because it is going to be a crazy game, a set of crazy games, I think, this coming weekend.
Yeah, let's say Aldringham managed to pull another one off.
Thanks to Andy for joining me for this week.
Thank you all, people. God bless you all. See you Sunday.
And from me, for another week, I shall bid you good night. Until next week, enjoy your hockey. Till then,
bye.
Ta-ra.